Netflix just dropped a survival thriller that hit #1 worldwide in its opening week. Charlize Theron, Taron Egerton, the Australian wilderness. And a question the film never quite stops asking. Between a grieving woman and a deranged hunter, who is actually the predator? Apex was shot in the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, Australia, directed by Baltasar Kormaker, the Icelandic filmmaker behind Everest and Beast. This is a film about grief, about guilt, about what happens when a woman running from her past is forced, by a crossbow-wielding cannibal in the Australian bush, to stop running and turn around. Today we are going to break down every beat. Let's get into it. The film opens not in Australia, but in Norway. Sasha and her partner Tommy are attempting one of the world's most dangerous climbs, Europe's tallest vertical rock face. The Troll Wall rises over 1,000 meters straight up. Sasha is pushing. Tommy is cautious. He tells her, "That's exactly why you have a climbing partner, so someone can make the call when one of you loses the plot." They bed down on a portal edge, a tent clipped to the rock face. Then the storm hits. An avalanche strikes. Tommy is knocked loose. Tommy is unconscious. His dead weight on the rope is pulling Sasha off the wall. She holds on, and then, she lets go. This is the core wound of the film. Sasha tells herself she lost her grip. But the guilt she carries tells a different story. And that distinction, between what happened and what she believes, is what the film is really about. 5 months later, Sasha is alone. Tommy's lucky compass is in her hand. And she is driving toward the most remote national park in New South Wales, Australia, not to heal, but to feel something other than guilt. Wandara National Park, New South Wales. A place the ranger at the entrance describes as having a string of recent unexplained disappearances. Sasha gets this warning, notes it, and drives in anyway. This tells us everything about Sasha's state of mind. A woman who knows the danger and walks in anyway, not from recklessness, but because on some level she has stopped fully caring what happens to her. That psychological baseline is the engine of the entire film. The wilderness cannot break her. Only she can break herself. She stops at the ranger station to pick up a route map. At the local gas station stocking up on supplies, including, unknowingly, some beef jerky sold by a local. She runs into 2 hunters who make absolutely clear that solo women aren't welcome around here. The confrontation is tense. And then a stranger intervenes, calm, polite, seemingly harmless. The hunters back off. This is Ben. He seems helpful. He seems friendly. Taron Egerton plays him with a specific kind of menace, the menace of someone who knows exactly what they are. Ben grew up in this landscape. He knows it the way you know your own bedroom. He makes beef jerky, named after his mother, Jenno. He sells it locally. Everyone who knows him says he's helpful. He has killed at least 20 people. And he has a ritual. Ben offers Sasha 2 routes. Easy, flat trail, 2 hours. Hard, Blackwater Bay, whitewater kayaking through the rapids. She asks him which is better. He recommends the hard one. Of course she takes the hard one. The kayaking sequence is genuinely impressive. Sasha is capable. The route is brutal, narrow gorge, fast water, boulders everywhere. She makes it through. She camps on the other side, exhausted and alive and feeling, for a moment, something other than grief. In the morning, her bag is missing. Completely. Her food. Her compass. Tommy's bracelets. Everything. She follows a trail through the bush. And she finds Ben's camp. He offers her food. He is warm. He is helpful. He hints that he knows her climbing past, which should be the red flag she doesn't catch. He was watching when the hunters confronted her at the gas station. He set this in motion. And here is the thing about Ben's ritual. It requires the prey to trust him first. And then Ben produces a stereo. And a crossbow. Ben tells Sasha she has until the end of the song to run. The song is The Chemical Brothers Go, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. He has done this before. This is not impulse. This is ceremony. He calls it a ritual. He means it absolutely literally. She runs. Sasha is not unprepared. She is a climber. Her body knows pain and endurance. But there is a difference between climbing a wall and running for your life through someone else's wilderness. Ben knows every shortcut, every hollow, every place where the terrain turns against you. Ben does not run. Ben walks. For him, this is not a chase. It is a guided tour of his environment. She is inside his home. He knows every exit. Here is the geography of the hunt. Sasha has 3 natural boundaries: the river to the south, the gorge cliff to the east, and the bay behind her. Ben has pre-positioned 3 traps. He knows exactly which direction her instincts will take her. He designed the terrain like a maze. She thinks she is escaping. She is moving exactly where he wants her. This is the part of the film where Apex makes its sharpest point. A skilled, capable woman, fully aware of danger, being led by the architecture of someone else's obsession toward a predetermined outcome. Not because she is weak, because the system is rigged. The only variable Ben did not fully account for is what she is carrying inside her. Ben's first move is psychological. He plants a trap not of steel, but of sound. Voices. A family. Children. Someone nearby. She moves toward them. The instinct is human and correct. Find people. Find safety. It is a recording. Pre-planted. Wired to a speaker hidden in the brush. Ben set this up before she arrived. He studied her psychology. He knew she would respond to the sound of safety. The family does not exist. The recording exists to walk her into trap position. He drives her toward the river, exactly where he wants her. She enters the water. The current is punishing. She is bruised, exhausted, wrists already cut from the terrain. But she makes it to the other side. And then she spots it. A canoe, beached in the shallows. A way out, down the river, away from Ben. This is the kind of luck that turns a survival situation. Except it is not luck. It is the 3rd trap. A bear trap is set directly beneath the waterline at the approach point to the canoe. Ben knows the one natural place a person wades to reach a beached boat. He knows exactly where her foot will land. She has no way to see it. This is Ben's endgame. Captured, injured, exhausted. Sasha is now exactly where he designed for her to be. He did not catch her by being faster or stronger. He caught her by knowing the terrain and by knowing her. Before she arrived, he researched her. The troll wall accident. Tommy. The guilt. He built his psychological warfare around her specific breaking point. This is not a random predator. This is a predator who did his homework. He takes her to his cave. The cave is Ben's processing facility. The missing people, 20 of them, men and women over several years, are here. Their remains, their preserved flesh, hanging in strips to dry. Ben is a cannibal. The beef jerky Sasha bought at the gas station, his jerky, is made from human meat. It is named Geno's jerky after his mother. His mother was his first kill. He has been operating for years. The missing persons cases were attributed to the dangerous landscape. Nobody thought to look for a man living quietly in the bush, selling meat at the local servo. She ate his jerky. At the gas station. Before she knew. The film does not spell this out. It lets the audience arrive there on their own. And it is a stunning gut punch when you do. Ben is not a screamer. He is thoughtful. He tells Sasha about his ritual, that consuming others keeps them alive in him. He tells her he knows about Tommy. He asks her, was it an accident? Or did some part of her choose? This is the film's most uncomfortable moment. Not because of the cannibalism, but because Ben asks Sasha the question she has spent 5 months refusing to answer. And Theron plays it perfectly, the way genuine truth lands in a person's eyes before they are ready for it. She bites him. Hard. His ear. The shock gives her 2 seconds. She takes them. She throws his mother's picture at him, the one item that visibly destabilizes him. And she runs for the river. Ben recovers faster than she expected. He follows. The final phase of Apex is about to begin. Not a chase, but a confrontation between 2 people who have now seen each other clearly. The river takes them both. A drop, a waterfall, knocks Ben unconscious. Sasha drags herself to the bank, but they are still tied together. His rope is around her wrist. She cannot cut it. Ben comes back, barely conscious, but back. He overpowers her. And here is the moment the film teases as a thematic climax. He has her. He hesitates. The film never fully explains why. The most compelling reading is that Sasha broke his ritual by talking, by confronting him, by not behaving like prey. A hunter who relies on ritual has no script for this. His hesitation costs him. Sasha attacks. She fractures his leg with a rock. Not to kill him. She knows a man with a broken leg in this terrain means neither of them gets out. She fractures it to equalize, to make them a unit with a shared problem. Here is the geography of their impossible situation. The river brought them here, the base of a cliff wall. To the east, the cliff. Above the cliff, a road. A foot journey around the terrain would take 3 days minimum. Ben has a broken leg. Sasha has no harness, no gear, and is still connected to the man who has been trying to kill her. She looks at the wall, and she proposes the only logical solution. Ben stares at the wall for a long time, and then he agrees. He is a man who controls everything. He has never been in a situation he did not design, and he cannot resist the strange pull of a climb he did not plan. The climb. This sequence is the film's thematic apex. Yes, that word. A rock climber and her would-be killer, tied together on a cliff face. She built a Prusik knot, a friction hitch used in real climbing to create a safety loop. It can be loaded to hold weight, or released. She fashioned it specifically so that, at the right moment, the harness can be slipped free while he remains connected to the rope. She is climbing. She is also planning. This is the structural mirror Apex has been building toward from the first frame. On the troll wall, Sasha held on to Tommy as long as she could. His death was not her choice, but her guilt tells her it was. On this cliff, she is going to make a choice. A real one. And this time she will know the difference. Ben notices. He grabs her and pulls. The harness slides free of her body, just as she designed. She is still on the wall. He is still connected to the rope. She reaches the knot. Ben falls, and Sasha, without harness, without gear, climbs the rest of the wall alone, and reaches the top. She limps out of the forest in the dark. A couple in a car stops for her. She doesn't explain. She just gets in. She returns to the ranger station. She tells them where the cave is. The helicopter goes out. 20 sets of human remains are recovered from Ben's cave. 20 families get answers. The missing persons cases were not the landscape. They were one man. But the film's final scene has nothing to do with Ben. Tommy gave Sasha a compass that he believed in absolutely. She has carried it since the day he died, through her grief, through Australia, through the cave. At the beach, she takes it out one last time. Throwing the compass into the ocean isn't forgetting Tommy. Tommy told her to know when to stop, when to read the situation and make the call. She finally has. She survived because she climbed. She let go because she chose. The troll wall didn't break her, it made her. She just needed a cannibal with a crossbow to show her that. Apex is a film about dominance, who sits at the top of the chain. Ben thought he was the answer. He was wrong. The apex predator in this film is a grieving woman who already survived the worst thing that ever happened to her, and just needed the wilderness to remind her of it.